Well, this is going to be going on YouTube. My name is Kelly. This is just a quick look around. We'll talk about some things in a moment. This is my little garage or my shop business that we're starting out. We're going to call it K&B Farm. We're going to be doing lawn and garden repair, mostly on old stuff, but probably new stuff too. Some light automobile repair, if you will. Right now my day job is a mechanic, but anyways, so here we are. It's my dream to do this kind of stuff. It's what I like to do rather than work on cars. The name of the business came from something that me and my dad did many years ago. We actually had a very successful business fixing old tractors because a lot of people back then didn't do it, so it was something that was a need. So we did pretty well at it and enjoyed it. So I kind of went back to that since my dad's gone. That's something I can remember him with and enjoy. So anyways, my tractor is in. It's just waiting on spring. I've got the Revitalizer on it. I'm not real sure on the year. It's an Allis-Chalmers HB 212 hydraulic lift, hydrostatic drive. Really nice little tractor, real original. I have the original front tires in the attic. They were pretty well shot. This is an NOS, a brand new Revitalizer. It's meant for a running board tractor. What we did is we shortened up the belt. We put a different belt on it at a shorter width in order to just use the tensioner. This would be your spring tensioner. We use that as our engagement disengagement lever. So this thing's gonna get some use as soon as the weather gets better. I gotta finish setting the depth on it. I haven't done that yet, but we're gonna get there. But I kept the original belt because you never know. This is my customer's tractor, and he's good with this because, you know, he's a good customer. He's a good friend too. It's a 1964 John Deere 110. He's added duals, weights on the front and the back, of course. I don't know if he's got the rear lift. Yeah, should have the rear lift on this too. It looks like, yep, he's got the rear lift on it. It wouldn't run for him, so doing some testing. He replaced the condenser and I think the coil, but he did not have the condenser mounted, so wire was too short, so I had to add some length to that to get that mounted up. I did get it started. I ended up pulling the carburetor carton apart and blowing some of it out with carb clean just to clean it up a little bit. Not really the way I want to do it, but it's a cheap Chinese carburetor, so it is what it is. Then I ended up seeing that his fuel flow was crappy from his tank, so I eliminated that, put a test tank on it. It seemed to run pretty good at that point. I'm going to run it a little more today when I get home from work and just verify that it seems to be doing good. Then I'm going to tear it apart, get his tank off. I've got a sediment bulb used out of my pile. I'm going to clean that up, make sure it's in good shape, maybe replace an O-ring on the shutoff handle. And I noticed he had a blown head gasket, so I went ahead and pulled the head gasket out of my stock, which is the last one I've got in stock. So remember to replace that. Usually what happens is I forget. Otherwise, I would have a new sediment bulb too, but I forgot to replace it last time we used it, so we probably used it on something of ours. So then I'm going to clean his gas tank once I know things are good. He's already done that, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again because it looked like it had water in it. So we'll get that cleaned up, and we got to crack the drain plug on the transmission. When he brought it over the weekend, it was in gear so he could haul it. It wouldn't come out of gear, it wouldn't roll. We had a battle to get it off the trailer. Luckily, you know, I've been down this road enough that I know how to do it. So we got it off, got it in the garage. I'll show you some of my cool stuff later. But then he also brought his Ford tractor in. His 3-point hitch doesn't lift very high. We think the Fowler pin is bad. Definitely needs some adjustments. We noticed that they had the quadrant unhooked to bring the lever farther back, and it still doesn't lift high enough. This tractor's been here once before. We did a complete tune-up on it, if I remember correctly. We completely rewired the tractor. We added a Pyrex ignition to it. This thing starts so great, it's crazy. All the lights work now. I say all, but I think the rear light doesn't work. But anyways, you know, this is just kind of an introduction anyway. I got a couple old Maytags here. There's a twin buried under there and a single. The single was my dad's, something that means a lot to me. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you trip over things just because they mean something. Got the Alice Chalmers hand lift sickle bar mower. They're meant for a short wheelbase tractor. They fit any of them all the way up into the 70s or maybe even 80s. I don't know, but it's a different, it'll take a different belt. I'll have to find a belt. Then we got my 195 case, which it's got like a 220 case rear end in it. Does the job. Then we got my boys Mustang 5. I need to get that thing out and get it going for him this spring. Haven't had an opportunity, but I mean, there's just a little bit of a look into our shop. So yeah, we're going to be doing some videos on things as time goes on. I don't know if we're going to get much right now. I have to figure out how to use my cameras and whatnot to do things. Well, we're going to do what we can. I got plans of building a new workbench this spring so that I can get it out here to the doorway, get the trash can underneath it. I'm probably going to put it on wheels so I can move it around. I need to get back to my lathe and get that back up and working. It needs some work, but it was a free lathe, and so whatever I put into it, it's worth it. So yeah, and of course, Boss snowplow goes on my truck. Again, haven't got much done. Been cold, so it's been hard to do a lot. But yeah, you know, we'll get into things like the Harbor Freight tools and toolboxes and things like that, because we do actually use quite a bit of Harbor Freight, even though I got a lot of Snap-on when it came time to buy a new box. As you can see, U.S. General, very happy with it. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those things, just like the welder, titanium, you know, very happy with it. Does its job very well, so we can't really complain. So, a little taste of what's what, and hopefully we can get this YouTube channel going, since a lot of other things are going on in this world. And maybe this will help me get my business rolling a little better. Maybe I can do something that way. Maybe some paid sponsorships somewhere along the way. Who knows? But anyways, I guess as Red Green puts it, keep your stick on the ice. But yeah, it's Wednesday. Got a short day. Got to pick up the kid from the bus at like 3 o'clock, a little bit after. So short day for me at work. So I'm going to get after the day, I think. Yeah, talk to you guys later.